Hey guys, it's Anna J. Wallner with another marketing and advertising video here on the Author Library. This will be the third episode. If you haven't caught the first two, make sure that you, or actually there's one that I did just as a really kind of flyby dump of information in the beginning, and then I thought that it would be best to break it down. So this is the third in the actual series, the marketing series that I decided to put together. So after you've gotten your manuscript copyrighted, it's completely polished, you've sent it out for reviews, you need to decide how you want to publish it. So there are a bunch of different options out there now, which is great. We've come a long way in being able to self-publish with KDP, Kindle Direct Print, I believe is what it's called. It used to be Create Space, and then it moved over to KDP. So, but if you stick with just KDP and publish no place else, then be aware you don't get any special treatment from Amazon. You do, however, get to publish your Kindle book, ebook, EPUB, and then your paperback. Those are the only two options that you have. If you want a hardcover, they don't offer that. So that's something to think about if you want to go just KDP. So for that reason, I would say explore other options. I have not used BookBaby, and I'd like for someone to who has used them before, or has heard of someone who's used them before. Leave your comments down below, because I'm interested to see what other options are out there, since I'm currently with IngramSpark. And I've had a couple of hiccups with IngramSpark, where my book was actually completely released early, and I received someone else's book instead of mine, and they received mine well ahead of the publishing date. So, which they did make right, I will have to say. After speaking with customer service for an exhaustive period of time, things were made right, but I'd always like to see if there's another option out there if you think that BookBaby is better than IngramSpark. So leave those comments down below. That would be fantastic. So Barnes & Noble Print on Demand, or Barnes & Noble POD. So there are two ways to leverage this service, which are fantastic. First off, right after you get your manuscript done, right after it is finished, published, or polished and edited, and you have the cover and it's ready to go, get it printed. What am I talking about? What do you mean? Okay, so there are two different sections to Barnes & Noble. There is a private area where you can pick to keep your book private, and there's a way, and then you can pick the option to sell your book. If you keep it private, you can order as many advanced reader copies as you would like, have them sent to you. They don't have that watermark that says author copy like KDP does, which I really, really like. All of mine are, all of my hardbacks are from the ones that I have for giving out as gifts, giveaways, things like that. They all come from Barnes & Noble, and they're not available for sale. You can't buy them, but they're there for me to order on demand. So the second book, which has already been copyrighted, I have that book. It should be arriving today in hardback. It won't go on IngramSpark because I don't want to reveal the cover just yet. So I don't want it listed just yet, because it's going to go on pre-sale in July. So I don't want that out there right now. So, but I can go ahead and use that private section, keep it private, and get that book shipped to me as a private book. So keep that in mind for Barnes & Noble POD. As far as the and you can also send those for physical ARCs too, if you'd like, which can get expensive. So a lot of reviewers will take Mobi files or PDFs, which is fantastic. But if they do require, because I did have one reviewer that required me to send two physical ARCs, then you will have those available. And it's always nice to go ahead and get your book like way early, and have it to take pictures for your marketing, and to read through it and look at the formatting and make sure that everything is exactly the way you want it before you go ahead and upload it to, say, IngramSpark. You're already ahead of the game. You already know if the colors need to be changed on the cover, or if the font needs to be changed. So on the interior, if it's if the margins need to be changed, you're already ahead of the game, so you can go ahead and preview that book. That's a great tip, because I did find some things that I needed to go back and change, actually. So this time, everything for the second book is all being done through the private book section of Barnes & Noble for the second book in the series. And until it's completely perfect there, I'm not going to upload any files to IngramSpark. So you can publish through Nook and create a hardcover with a dust jacket. They have a paperback option as well, and a plain hardcover, which is what I get, the plain hardcover. But it's only sold on, again, it's like KDP. It's only sold on Barnes & Noble. You can't buy it anywhere else. So that's something to think about. You can publish in both places, which I did for my first series. I published on KDP first, and then I went over and I published on Barnes & Noble. Double the work, half as much fun. IngramSpark. That is who I decided to use with the first book of the Allure Legacy series, Garcane. With a few minor hiccups, very happy with the service. You can oftentimes get a coupon or they will be running a special where you can upload your book for free. It does, however, cost for your ISBN, but you own your ISBN, so it can travel, which is a unique identifier number, international sales book number, I believe. I used to work at Barnes & Noble. I should know this. But your ISBN will travel with you, so you can upload it to every place that you have your hardcover or your paperback. So you can choose from a variety of different publishing options through IngramSpark. But for each one, you do have to pay to upload. So I believe it's $49 to upload your paperback or your hardcover with dust jacket or your hardcover laminate with dust jacket. But they do have different options. The good thing here and I believe BookBaby does this as well. That's why I'm asking for you to leave your feedback on them, because I'm not sure if they do exactly what IngramSpark does. But the good thing is that they are an aggregator or a distributor. So that means that the two versions, whichever version, and I would recommend picking a hardcover and a paperback, because you're going to alienate some people who don't want to spend $24.99 on a hardcover, and they would much rather have the $12.99 paperback. Just saying. So make sure that you do have two. So that's $100 there to publish through IngramSpark for each version, the hardcover and the paperback. The great thing about them is that it means that your versions are available wherever books are sold. Barnes & Noble, Amazon, eBay, Walmart, Target, anywhere that you can order a book, you can find your book, because IngramSpark has pushed those out. They also ship to libraries. If libraries order your book, then they ship to libraries across the United States. They also ship to small booksellers, independent booksellers. So, but a lot of times there you'll need to your readers will have to go to the independent bookseller and say, hey, I'm looking for this book, and then they'll have to order it through IngramSpark. If it's most likely easiest for them to just order it from Amazon, Barnes and Noble, eBay, Walmart, Target, what have you. They do have an EPUB, digital book option as well. However, I have not explored that. If you have, let me know. Again, I'm always up for learning something new. I'm only sharing knowledge that I currently have. And I'm always excited and eager to learn more about what other people have experienced and what I might try and do the next time. What I chose to do was go to Draft to Digital. So simple, so awesome. But upload your Kindle book first, directly to KDP. And then in Draft to Digital, do not choose the Amazon option. Turn that off. Because Amazon wants you to upload directly your Kindle, because it has to do with Kindle Unlimited, Kindle, whatever, So they want you to upload your EPUB or your Mobi file or what have you directly to KDP first. So I've had people tell me that if you try and do everything through Draft to Digital, that there's an issue through Amazon. So to do your Amazon, your Kindle version first, and then go to Draft to Digital. But once it's uploaded and approved, your EPUB book will be distributed for free to a dozen or so outlets, and you get your own books to read link, which is customizable. Take advantage of that. Go in there, and that's another place where you can customize your author, your landing page there. And then if you have a unique enough name for your book, which I happen to, then you can have your own distinct. So mine is books2read.com/Garking. So that's very nice to have that customizable URL link to use in marketing. So just keep that in mind. I think Smashwords distributes in the same places, but I did not find their website user friendly. If you did, let me know. maybe I'm missing something there, but I just didn't think that it was as user friendly as Draft to Digital, and I didn't think that the reporting was as easy as Draft to Digital. So Draft to Digital was where I went. But they 24 Symbols, Biblioteca, Rakuten Kobo, Apple iBooks, Google Play Books, all of these ebook distributors, you don't have to go on each one. Draft to Digital does it for you. So, I mean, it's a no-brainer there for your ebook. Don't just stay on Kindle. Come on. I mean, whenever it's that easy, don't. So, if you're wanting to, one final thing, if you're wanting to record your audiobook, if you're wanting to record your own, you can. It's doable, but it's a lot of work, and it's quite laborious, and you have to do it at night when everything is off. And it took me over a week. Make sure that you use a very good program like Adobe Audition, which is a bit of a cost. I also have the condenser mic set up, and I also have a secluded area where I can record at night when my daughter's asleep. So it was several weeks of staying up past midnight to get the first book recorded. So it's and each chapter needs to be saved, and it has to be at a certain hertz and a certain frequency, which is required for uploading. And so that part is not for just anyone to do. You have to have a little bit of knowledge when it comes to using audio software, which I also happen to have used before. So I was a little bit ahead of the game there. So, but it is doable if you want to do it. It takes a certain type of investment, not only in the program, but in the equipment as well, plus your time and your frustration, because it was a very frustrating process. Author's Republic. That is where you would upload your audiobook to, and you upload an introduction, a sample chapter, your first chapter, second chapter, third chapter, fourth chapter, and so on and so forth, each one. And then it has to be, like I said, at a certain hertz, at a certain sample rate. There are things that you'll need to know when uploading that, but it is called Author's Republic, and they're an aggregator too. So they will distribute your audiobook to 24 Symbols, Biblioteca, Apple iBooks, Audible, a bunch of different places. I would have to look, but it's over a dozen. And so, or you can spend, I just didn't have, I had a little bit of know-how, and if it's terrible, then I will hire it to be done professionally if need be. But I did go ahead and try and do it myself because I'm stubborn like that. So, but if you have because it is an investment to hire someone to do your audiobook. It's not cheap. So, because it does take time. So, but if you're interested in going that route, then see if you can get I don't know how they upload it. That's something that I don't know. So if you hire someone, do they upload it, or do they send you I should ask Tawny Plattis, because she was on, and she would have the answer to that. But if they give you the files and then you have to upload them, or if they go ahead and do that for you. But setting up an account on Author Republic will let you get that audiobook out there. So that's just a couple of tips on what you might consider, as far as, because you don't want to be limited to just one small market. So, and the great thing about IngramSpark is that they ship all over the world. And when you upload to Draft to Digital, those those websites, Apple iBooks and Google Play and all of that, that's international. So people from all over the world have access to your ebook, which you definitely want. So my advice would be, don't just stay on Kindle. Check out some of the other things that I talked about and see, just take one at a time. If you mess up, you can delete it and start over again. You can fix it. So, but you never know until you try. It pays to be as many places as you can be, including social media, which we will talk about next. So stay safe, stay healthy, and I will be back here in just a little bit.